Joey here from In the Craft Room. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I am molding a tiny fake bologna and cheese sandwich. This is going to really be fun and easy. I can't wait to get started, but before I do, please take a moment to tap the subscribe button and watch it sparkle so you can get updates on my latest creations and follow along. Let's get started. A real bologna and cheese sandwich has 4 colors: white and brown for the bread, pink for the bologna, and yellow for the cheese. Yep, I'm about to use that red in the middle for the casing, that skin-like stuff that the pink bologna meat is wrapped with, and peel it off just for the visual effects. The first thing I'm going to do is roll my white Play-Doh into a ball. Then into a loaf. I'm using my thumb a lot to press things in place, my thumbs and my index fingers. So I just about have it and I think it looks great. I'm gonna set that aside and I'm going to get some brown. And the brown I'm gonna roll, but I'm not gonna roll it into a spear or anything. I'm just gonna roll it and mash it down, and then I'm going to flatten it. Now I get a chance to use my roller. I love using my roller. Sometimes it sticks to my Play-Doh, but I really do love using it. The reason why I flip it is to make sure that it doesn't get a chance to stick to my surface or the table that I'm working on. So I'm gonna flip, I'm gonna roll, flip, roll, flip, roll. Now is the perfect time for some trivia. Today's question is, where did bologna originate? This may seem really easy. That's because it is. So think about it and I'll have the answer for you a little later. I'm done with my flattening. That seemed to take a while, but it was worth it. So now I bring my loaf of bread back in the picture. And, I just do a little more touching up to it to get the shape how I want it. Sometimes just a little re-roll in there. Ultimately, I think I'm pretty happy with the way the white portion of my loaf of bread came out. It's time to wrap it. I'm gonna take my brown dough, my flattened piece, and I'm gonna wrap it around my white loaf. And so this is gonna be that brown the bread usually has on it. I'm gonna peel away the parts that don't serve me because I need it to wrap. And once I peel them away, I don't wanna peel so much that it doesn't wrap around the bottom. So I make sure that all of it goes around the bottom and I smooth it out. Now I'm going to use my paint scraper, slicer, to just make an impression in the top, because with bread, it has that kind of heart top impression in it. So I want to make this look as realistic as possible. I love these little tools like this. They're really cheap. I think I got this from like a hardware store in a pack of 3. And it really works, and it does the trick when you're trying to shape things out. So I'm done with my loaf, but I still need to slice it. So now I'm going to take my slicer and I'm going to slice it. Now when I slice, I don't put a lot of pressure on it. The reason why is because when you put a lot of pressure on Play-Doh, it mashes down, and we want to preserve the shape of this Play-Doh so that it can keep looking like bread. And we want the slices to be relatively thin, but not too thin. So there we have it, our little piece of bread. Now I could have done better on wrapping the bottom, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna put a little bit more brown on so that when I slice it, the brown borders the whole slice of bread. And I also go back in and I shape the bread a little bit more so that it looks a little more realistic. So now I've repaired my loaf. I've added some brown to the bottom so the slices match, the border of the slices match. And I'm going to re-imprint my bread because when you start moving Play-Doh around, it starts to lose its shape just a little. If you're heavy-handed like me, it starts to lose its shape a little bit. So I'm making the imprint and I squeezed it a little, and I'm also reshaping because when my slice came out, I noticed I had to kind of reshape some stuff. So now I'm gonna try a new slice because I need my slices to come out right. I really like the way it's coming out. It's starting to look, can you see that it's starting to look a little bit more like a loaf, like a real live loaf of bread, like its bigger, more real, edible counterpart. Okay, I'm gonna do another slice. So now I'm going to slice it to achieve the look that I want. And this time, my slice looks a little bit better. I see a little extra browning on that slice. I am trying to get my bologna bread to look just like real bologna bread and white bread basically. And these two slices, I think they're a winner. They came out looking really nice. So there's my loaf and there are my two slices of bread. It's time for me to shape my bologna meat. So I'm gonna roll this bologna meat, and the whole goal of this is to make it cylindrical. Remember the idea I had earlier about creating a cool visual effect on camera and peeling the bologna casing off of the bologna slice? This is not quite what I had in mind, because I should have rolled the red a little bit thinner before I wrapped it around the bologna. But it's okay, it's not really that important, so I'm just gonna keep going. And I've cut my bologna slice. And unlike the bread, I don't have to reapply anything. That's a thick piece of bologna, I know that. But anyway, we can always fix it. We can press it down to make it a little more thin, like a thin slice. Because sometimes bologna slices are thick because some people cut the bologna themselves thick on purpose because they want a thicker bite. But I'm trying to make this imitate or like the bologna in the pack that you see already sliced in the cold cut section. I'm gonna cut another slice of bread, maybe because it's just fun for me, because I know I already cut 2 slices, but oh my goodness, the newer slices are cutting really beautifully. And so maybe even more beautiful than the original, the first two that I was really happy with. It looks so cute. It's just really cute. I'm gonna say that, and I like it. I really do. Now I'm going to mold the last part of my bologna sandwich, which is the cheese. I roll it into a sphere, then I flatten it into a circle. Then I use my fake bologna circle to measure the square of cheese. I lay the bologna circle on top, then I slice a square around the circle that is the same width and height of the circle. So now it's time to make this sandwich. First I'm going to put the cheese on. Now I'm going to put the bologna on. Now I'm going to put the top slice on, and it's done, and I'm really happy with it. There's one more thing I need to do to make it look authentic. I need to slice it in those triangles. And again, I don't want to put too much pressure on my masterpiece because it will mash it and it will lose the effect. And I'm done. And I hope you like it. Bologna originated in the town of Bologna, Italy, as early as the 1400s. Did you get it right? I knew you would. What kind of tiny food haven't you seen me make that you would like me to make? Leave it in the comments, and if I can do it, I will do it. If I can't, I will still try.